Walk into almost any gun store with $500 to spend, and the choices can be overwhelming. Some shotguns look like incredible bargains until you find out why they were so cheap in the first place. Others cost only a little more, but hand you a proven design, decades of aftermarket support, and a reputation built over millions of rounds fired by people who actually depended on them. Here's the part that surprises most buyers. One of the best values on this list isn't even the cheapest gun here. Another can be bought new for less than a lot of premium handguns cost. And the shotgun sitting at number 1 shares more engineering DNA with one of America's most famous pump guns than its price tag would ever suggest. These are 10 budget shotguns that are actually worth your money in 2026. If you enjoy honest firearm comparisons, practical buying guides, and the history behind the guns that earned their reputation, subscribe to the Ballistic Bureau, because we upload new videos every week. There's a real difference between a cheap shotgun and a budget shotgun, and that difference is going to matter for every single gun on this list. A cheap shotgun cuts corners in places that affect you for years: weak part support, inconsistent quality control, a design with no real track record. A true budget shotgun saves you money somewhere else entirely: in the finish, the furniture, the cosmetics, while keeping an action that's already proven itself. Keep that distinction in mind, because it's going to explain almost every ranking decision you're about to hear. Number 10 is the Stevens 320 Security, and it's about as cheap as a recognizable pump gun gets, often landing somewhere between $200 and $300 depending on the configuration and whatever sale happens to be running. What makes it worth mentioning at all is that it isn't some random modern design thrown together to hit a price point. It follows the same basic concept as the old Winchester 1200 and 1300 line, using a 4-lug rotating bolt and dual action bars. And Savage has been fairly upfront that it's essentially a continuation of that older pattern. The action can feel stiff, the trigger's heavier than you'd like, and the fit and finish reminds you exactly how much you paid. But at this price, nobody's expecting refinement. The real question is whether you need refinement when the mechanical concept underneath it has already been proven for decades. Number 9 takes a name you'd never expect to see on a budget gun. Weatherby built its reputation on rifles serious hunters save up for, which is exactly what makes the PA-08 interesting. It's a straightforward pump action, available in 12 and 20 gauge, with both 2 and 3/4 and 3-inch chamber options and screw-in chokes across field, synthetic, and defensive configurations. There's no reinvention happening here. The value is traditional functionality without the Weatherby premium you'd expect attached to that name. Just don't expect the aftermarket ecosystem that Mossberg and Remington owners take for granted, and availability on this one can shift more than you'd like. Number 8 is the Stoeger P3000, part of the Beretta holding family, and it succeeds by doing something increasingly rare. It keeps things simple. Basic configurations run around $330, offering 12 gauge, both common chamber lengths, 5+1 capacity on standard models, and screw-in chokes on the field versions. This is the gun for the buyer who doesn't want an expensive tactical shotgun, just something basic from a company that's been building guns for a long time. Its biggest weakness is the same one facing most guns on this list so far: a much smaller aftermarket than what you'll find supporting the Mossberg 500 or the Remington 870. Number 7 brings in an actual engineering difference worth understanding. The Winchester SXP Defender uses an inertia-assisted action, and that's not just marketing language. Most budget pump guns rely entirely on you to unlock and cycle the action by hand. The SXP borrows a bit of the recoil energy from firing to help start that process, which contributes to a noticeably fast cycling stroke. Pricing generally lands somewhere between $400 and $500 depending on configuration and retailer. It traces back to the same Winchester pump action lineage as the 1200 and 1300 guns, but like the previous 2 entries, it doesn't have the aftermarket depth of the true American mainstays. And that's exactly where this list starts to shift, because number 6 is where you stop simply buying cheap and start buying smart. The Mossberg 500 costs more than a Maverick 88, and that extra money buys you something real: a top-mounted Tang safety that's faster and more intuitive under stress, enormous parts availability, a huge aftermarket, and configurations spanning hunting, defense, and sporting use. Here's the detail most videos on this topic miss entirely. A used Mossberg 500 can sometimes be a smarter purchase than a brand new ultra-budget shotgun because you're getting that versatility and support at a price that competes directly with guns several rungs below it on this list. Number 5 creates a genuinely strange contradiction. A budget shotgun wearing a premium Italian name. Benelli's Nova pump action starts around $500, which puts it squarely in budget territory despite the badge on the receiver. What makes it interesting mechanically is its one-piece construction, where the stock and receiver housing are molded together into a single rugged polymer unit. Benelli built it around simplicity and a rotating locking system, and the result is something that feels less like a traditional wood and steel shotgun and more like Benelli found the cheapest possible way to build a tank. The trade-off is that one-piece design limits customization, and proper fit matters more than it does on guns with separate stocks. Shooters comparing budget options regularly put the Nova right alongside the Maverick 88 and Mossberg 500. Number 4 solves a problem a lot of first-time buyers actually have. What if you can only afford one shotgun, but you need it to do 2 different jobs? The Mossberg Maverick 88 Field and Security combo answers that by giving you one receiver and 2 barrels, a shorter one built for defensive use, and a longer one built for the field. Buyers repeatedly point to this combo specifically because it delivers real versatility for only a modest jump in price over the single-barrel Maverick. If you can only afford one shotgun, this might genuinely make more sense than spending that same money on the absolute cheapest single-purpose gun you can find. But if this package is this practical, why isn't it sitting at number 1? Because another version of this exact same platform delivers something even more valuable: pure budget performance without any added cost at all. Number 3 breaks an assumption a lot of buyers walk in with, that a good budget shotgun has to be a pump. The Stoeger M3000 is one of the few semi-automatic shotguns that can reasonably enter this conversation using an inertia-driven system rather than a gas-operated design, which tends to run cleaner across a wide range of loads. Basic variants list around $600, though street prices move around depending on the retailer. That's more money and more mechanical complexity than a basic pump, so it doesn't beat the Maverick 88 on price or simplicity. But if you've been assuming semi-automatic performance meant Benelli or Beretta money, the M3000 exists specifically to make you reconsider that. Number 2 might be the most important segment in this entire video because it proves something a lot of buyers never consider. Sometimes the smartest budget shotgun on the market isn't new at all. The Remington 870 is one of the most famous pump shotguns ever produced, and its recent history hasn't been simple. Remington changed ownership, quality control became a real concern for a stretch of years, and the platform has since returned under new manufacturing as Firearms, actively marketing the revived 870 Fieldmaster and its synthetic variant. We're not going to pretend that rough patch never happened, but here's why the platform still matters. The aftermarket support built up over decades is still enormous. Used examples, including police trade-ins, can represent exceptional value compared to a brand new ultra-budget gun. And the current production Fieldmaster gives you a legitimate new option if you'd rather skip the used market entirely. The smartest budget shotgun isn't always the cheapest new shotgun on the shelf, and the 870 is the clearest proof of that on this entire list. Which brings us to number 1, the Mossberg Maverick 88. Don't mistake this for the easy pick because it's simply cheap and reliable. It shares its foundation directly with the Mossberg 500, including dual extractors, twin action bars, steel-to-steel lockup, and an anti-jam elevator, along with barrel compatibility within appropriate gauge and capacity configurations. Current pricing generally sits between $200 and $300, occasionally lower during sales. Here's the argument that actually earns it the top spot. The Maverick 88 isn't necessarily the best shotgun on this entire list. It's arguably the shotgun that gives the average budget buyer the least reason to spend more money at all. The cuts that got it to this price point happen almost entirely in places that don't touch the core function of the gun: a less refined finish, a cross-bolt safety instead of the 500's tang safety, fewer premium features overall. What you keep is a proven pump-action platform that's already earned its reputation the hard way. So here's where all of this lands. The best budget shotgun was never automatically the cheapest one. Different buyers need different things. Some need the raw versatility of a combo package. Some need semi-automatic performance. Some are better served hunting for a good used gun than buying new at all. And some just need the simplest, most proven action they can get for the least money. Know which buyer you actually are, and the right shotgun on this list becomes obvious. If you enjoyed this video and want more honest firearm comparisons and practical buying guides, subscribe to the Ballistic Bureau